Hey guys, so as you can see from the title, I'm going to be doing my February reading wrap up. I read 5.5 books because one of the books I read halfway through January and halfway through February, but I am excited to show you all what I read and to tell you my opinion. Let's get into the video. Let's start off with the ones that I didn't like as much. After We Fell. This is a chunky book. Like, it had no need to be this long. No need at all. The After series is far too long of a series when there's literally no plot. It is literally just fight, have sex, make up, fight, have sex, make up, fight, have sex. Like, that's literally all it is, with little plot lines here and there, but they're not even that interesting. I gave this a 2-star because there was parts that were enjoyable and the drama can be very enjoyable at times, but is this a well written book? No. Is it too long? Yes. This is the book that I read halfway through January and then halfway through February. It took me a while to read because I was just not interested, and this has put me off finishing the series because I'm just sick of reading the same stuff over and over again. Every single one of the books is the same plot. The next book on the list is Exes O's. This was such a fun book. I really ate this book up. I loved it so much. I gave it a 4-star. It was so enjoyable and I would recommend this to anyone. It's basically about Trevor and Tara, forgot her name then. Trevor and Tara, and she ends up moving in with Trevor and it's like a roommate romance, this sort of thing. Basically Tara makes a list of all her exes and she tries to like rekindle and see if there's anything between her or her exes. And while she's doing this, she's also posting it all on social media for her Bookstagram, I think. I can't remember, but it was somewhat on social media. That was such a cool element. She'd get little sections where she'd do like, I think it was like a live video or something, or a post, and it just made you feel more connected to her as a character, I thought. And then while she was doing all this, Trevor helped her in some ways, but she ended up realising that she liked being around Trevor. The next book, which is one of my favourite books. I love this book so much. The Love Hypothesis. I gave this a 5-star. I freaking love Olive and Adam. They are amazing. Their banter, their dynamic is everything to me, and I really enjoyed the science elements to it, which I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy that. I thought that it was going to be too academical for me, but it wasn't at all. Like, yes, there was a lot of academic parts to it, but it was still amazing, and even those elements I really enjoyed. And Adam, chef's kiss. He is an amazing book boyfriend. Like, this book is a grumpy sunshine fake dating trope, which are two of my favourite tropes, so that's probably why I loved this book so much. And the writing in it was just amazing, like so good. And this is basically about Olive. She ends up running into Adam Carlson and accidentally kissing him because she sees her friend who she's trying to convince that she's moved on from her ex, because Olive wants her friend to date her ex because she thinks they'll be really happy together and whatnot, and she wants to convince her friend that she has moved on so her friend will be willing to date her ex. And she ends up fake dating Adam Carlson. She makes a deal with Adam Carlson to fake date him so she can convince her friend that she's moved on. Adam Carlson is a grumpy guy. He's a professor that everyone hates because he's one of them professors that just is really not nasty. Like, he isn't nasty at all, but he's really honest to his students and people don't really vibe with that. And Olive gets a lot of stick for fake dating Adam Carlson, and the whole fake dating trope was just so fun in this book. Next book is IceBreaker. This one was a 4.5 stars. This was just so good. I really enjoyed Nathan as a book boyfriend. He was amazing to Anastasia and I just loved that so much. And also his confidence, wow, like the stuff he says, I was shocked sometimes. I loved that part of the book so much. If you know, you know. This is about Anna and Nate is a hockey player and Anna is an ice skater, and something happens to the hockey rink and they end up having to share an ice skating rink because obviously the hockey players still need to practice. And then they end up hanging out and getting to know each other, and throughout all this Anna's going through a lot with her ice skating partner and other things in her life that I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it. And Nate is just amazing to her throughout this whole book while she's going through this stuff. And Anna is very much a grumpy girl, so this is Grumpy Sunshine switched over, and Anna just doesn't want a relationship, but Nate does. She had this whole stigma against hockey players. She was like, I would never like a hockey player, they're all jerks and whatnot, but Nate is not a jerk at all. He is amazing. And also in this book they end up becoming partners because Nate ends up not being able to play hockey, and they end up becoming partners, which is a super fun plot line as well. I feel like I was really bad at explaining this book, but yeah, it was really good. Next up we have a tearjerker. Although I didn't cry that much, I only really bawled at one part of this book, and I feel like everyone cries at this book. 1,000 Boy Kisses. I did really enjoy this book, but some parts were a teeny tiny bit slow for me. But it's weird that it did feel slow because I did really enjoy the story, and I really enjoyed Poppy and Rune as a couple. They have such a beautiful story and a beautiful plot, but it must have just been the writing that felt a bit slow to me. I gave it a 4.5 star because it was really well executed, and the plot of this book is so freaking sad and so amazing and so inspiring, all the words. But this is basically about Rune and Poppy, who were childhood friends, sort of like childhood friends who had like a crush on each other, and they shared the first kiss when they were kids, and then they grow up together, and Rune ends up having to move away to his native Norway because of his dad, and he is gone for 2 years, and then he does end up coming back, but Poppy realises that he's not the same person he was when he left. He's very different, he's very grumpy, he's just not himself anymore. He's doing all these rebellious things that he would have never ever done, not the Rune she knew anyway. And they end up reuniting again, and Poppy is keeping a very, very big secret from Rune, and this was a 4.5 star. Would have been a 5 star if some parts weren't slow, but some were. Another one of my favourite books. I'm trying to decide if I love Hypothesis more or this book, but I can't decide. They're both amazing, better than the movies. I am already so excited to read the do-over because Lynn Painter, after reading this, is one of my must-buy authors because this was incredible. I have never, apart from Love Hypothesis, never enjoyed something so much. Like, they have the best dynamic, Liz and Wes. Like, they are so funny together, they are so sweet together, they have the best banter ever, and I can't stop thinking about them. It's not enemies to lovers, it's more frenemies to lovers, and I do really enjoy that. I feel like all rom-coms, when it says enemies, it's more frenemies. Liz and Wes have known each other since they were kids, and Wes pretty much used to torture her when she was a kid, still does. Liz does not like him at all because he's constantly torturing her and teasing her, and she just doesn't vibe with that. And then Michael, her crush from when she was young, comes back to town, and she ends up having to form an alliance with Wes because Wes is close with Michael and they get on really well. So she's like, I need to form a deal with Wes to get an in with Michael. So she ends up doing that, and she ends up speaking to Wes and forming a friendship with Wes so she can get in with Wes and get in with Michael. And the whole deal that they made was that Wes was going to put in a good word for her, and Wes was going to like talk her up to Michael and just make out that she's like this amazing girl, which she is. But while she's trying to make up this whole perfect relationship with her and Michael, she ends up realising that she likes being around Wes. So that is all the books I read in February. It was actually a really good month. Like, I read so many great books, and I'm already so excited for this month because I already have some really good books on my TBR which will be going up soon. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'm really excited for this new channel and I can't wait to see where it goes. and I can't wait to make lots of fun content. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to just discover more books and more things and more couples that I love, and yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great, and I hope you all decide to follow me along on this new journey. I love you all. Bye!